right, you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the live here, and then I'll go ahead and upload it to YouTube, cause some people alerted me that controversial Shannon had made a video about me in response to the video that I made about him and public offender, which is completely fine. And what's crazy is that I don't usually make response videos to what somebody has to say about a video I made. I really don't do that. I don't do that. But I'm going to go ahead and break protocol and do it today because I feel like I need to address it. But I normally don't, like I said, because at the end of the day, I said what I said. And I also feel that everyone else has a right to their opinion and how they feel about everything that goes on in the world, including what I say. Like, everybody has a right to say something about me too. And, but like I said, I really do feel like I need to make a response to the response video that controversial Shannon said, because the things that he said, it was comical, it was funny to me. And this isn't really meant to be like a super serious go at somebody, even though he was clearly super serious. I can't make myself, get that serious or care that deeply about it, because unlike what other people may do here on this app, I really genuinely am only concerned about Black women. So if a Black woman said something that I respected or I liked or I cared about, or it was a lot of Black women having some type of idea or perspective about me, then that would bother me. That would get me in my feelings, because Black women are the reason why I do what I do. So I see that you send me a request. Let me say what I got to say first, and then I'll go ahead and add you up. Even though when you were talking about me, I was nowhere to be found. Okay. So let me say this. Now, when I saw the title right here, my flabbers were absolutely gassed. I was like, whoa, not me. Jealous? Pocket watching? Oh my goodness. Wow. So I had to think to myself, well, are you jealous, triggered? Are you pocket watching? I had to take a critical look at myself and say, are you doing that? Are you doing that? And I was like, you know what? You may be jealous. You may be jealous. You may be pocket watching, and I had to think to myself, I think for a long time, I've been really, 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 I guess I don't know the word, but I guess I'll say disappointed. I've been sad. I've been disgusted at the outpouring of support that Black men receive from Black women online, when all Black men do is just regurgitate what they heard a sister say. So many Black women have so many great platforms where they drop so many gems. They got like 2,000 subscribers, 4,000, 5,000. Nobody's in their lives but 3 people, 4 people, But then men that are only just saying what they heard a woman say, their lives are packed out. So yeah, that's upsetting to me. So, I mean, if you want to say that's jealousy, cool. It could be that, possibly. I don't mind that. I'm not perfect. But, I will say that every time, it also makes me upset, because every time Black women put their faith in these men, these men get exposed for grifting. You know what I'm saying? Pandering, whatever possible word that I should have used correctly. I think Shannon was very upset that I used the term pandering for him. So maybe I should have used grifting. But every time a Black man grifts towards Black women turn around and act shocked that he's not caring, or he's doing something that's not really in support of Black women, or now they don't realize that he's a protector. And it's just like, like I said, I never understand that, because at the end of the day, it's like, why don't you put more of your faith into a Black woman? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, even if you say you don't like that Black woman, even if you say whatever you say about her, at least you can have the security of knowing that no matter what, at the end of the day, this Black woman has to live as a Black woman the exact same way that you do. There's going to be experiences that y'all both share, no matter whether she wants to admit it or not. Now, I want to say this. In the video that he made, he kept saying it wasn't the same 3 years ago. It wasn't the same. She know me. First of all, I don't know you, sir. I don't. I've seen a few of your lives. I may have clicked on a couple. I may have watched them for like a couple minutes, and I kept it pushing. I don't know you. I don't enjoy your content. I don't look at your content. I don't watch men's content that talk about stuff like this. I don't. When I say it's black women above everything, I mean it's black women above everything. I don't know you. Now, I will say this, though. There have been black women that have DM'd me bad stuff about you for quite a while now. I never said nothing about it. I never said nothing because at the end of the day, I think to myself like, hey, that's on them. That's their fault for trusting a man in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I never was being messy publicly. Now, I will say this also. He mentioned that my TikTok wasn't popping. Oh, your TikTok ain't popping. You jealous because your TikTok not popping. Okay, well, let me say this. You're right. It is not popping. I've been shadow banned for quite a while on here on TikTok. Now, you wouldn't know that because they oftentimes ban or shadow ban black women, specifically black women who make content like mine. I do have the unfortunate situation of being black and a woman. So my voice is minimized often. Okay? I've never said, and I want to say this too, I've never said anything bad about a black woman making money off of social media. Never said it. I want my sisters to win and to eat. Making content is a draining experience, but it can also be rewarding. It can also be fun. You know what I'm saying? But it does take a lot of your time. And I have no problem with people being compensated for their time. You know what I'm saying? So let me make this clear. I've never pocket watched a black female creator. Never. And, I will say that if we're talking about pocket watching, which is fine, I don't mind being accused of pocket watching. Like I said, that's not an insult to me. But I will say that I don't really feel like I was doing it until one of the ladies informed me what public offender told her that he was making. I was flabbergasted. I was flabbergasted, like I said, because it all boils down to simply because inside I feel like it's unfair for black men or even men in general of all races to be able to monetize off of black women and then just regurgitating the things that black women say. That's it. Because these men don't experience it. They don't know it. They're just saying what they've heard or what they've been told. So to me, that's like, I don't know. It's like, sir, you're monetizing off of an experience that you don't have. Now, I want to address one more thing. He has said, oh, I do what I do for attention. I'm doing it for attention and not for the love of black women. Excuse me, what? Come again. I'm a black woman, sir. Blackity black. And I have black daughters. Blackity black. Only. I only have daughters. I do it for the love of black women. I don't know what you thought. So I'm a black woman and I'm not doing it for purpose. Sir, let me be clear here. I used to make pro-black content strictly. And I used to center black men and black women. And black men would be in my comments. This is back when my page got shut down. When it was blowing up, when it was doing numbers. They'll be like, oh yeah, protect this black woman. Protect this black woman. That's what all the black men would tell me in my comments. But the minute I tried to center black women, talk about black women, talk about the things that they go through, then all of a sudden I was getting unaliving threats. Black men was going in, telling me to shut up, telling me that I'm making black men look bad, all of this type of thing. And I decided at that point, I said, oh, wow, like black women really, really just are unprotected. Like these men don't care. And that's when I decided to change up my content. So I want to be clear here. So, if you say that I'm all about the money and I'm all about clicks and views and money and clout, I'm going to tell you right now, keeping it a buck, uplifting black women would not be the content that I choose to make as another black woman. Period. If I wanted some bread, this would not be the content to make, especially content where I'm not saying I hate every single solitary man. Please stop the games. Uplifting black women only makes big time bread if you're a man. Period. If you're not a woman, if you're not a man, you're not making money like that. Okay? I want to be clear here. And bonus points if you're a black man, you gonna be able to be centered. Because black women, unfortunately, a lot still center men and value men's opinions. And you can see that every day on social media in the way black women deal with black men on social media versus black women. So, and then I want to say all of this jealous talk, right? Cool. You can say I'm jealous. All right. You can say I'm jealous of your platform. You can say, I'm jealous that your lives are full, or whatever. You can say, whatever you want to say. I'll just say, hey, you may be right, player. You may be right that I'm jealous. As I said before, it is very upsetting, very hurtful to me to see black men uplifted for just regurgitating the same stuff that I didn't see a million sisters say. Some sisters got 500 followers. Some sisters got 1,000. Some sisters, I just see them, they're just in there talking amongst each other, right? And nobody, no black women are checking for them. They're not sharing their stuff. They're not talking about it because they're not a man. So if you want to call me being depressed or sad or upset about that as being jealousy, cool. Let it be that. Let it be that. But I want to say that I just wish that I could see black women move away from needing the validation of men. Okay? That's it. And I want to say another thing that he said, that I live for toxicity. Let me say this. How do I live for toxicity? I'm not on these TikTok lives being messy and yelling at people. I make my videos on YouTube and I keep it pushing. I don't be on here arguing with people. And I definitely don't be nowhere talking to Moses, a man that talked about doing stuff allegedly with kids. I don't talk to people like that. So I don't know how I live for toxicity. You tell me what toxicity I live for. And my thing is, if I live for toxicity because I expose you, then what are you? Because you call yourself exposing Negroes every day. You're doing the same thing. You just don't like what I said. And you don't have to like what I said. And I want to say, like I said, this man keeps saying 3 years ago. Like I said, I don't know this man, never talked about him, never talked to him. So, like I said, this whole jealousy, pocket watching, they're all deflections. All deflections. I said what I said, period. I'm only concerned with black women. I could care less if y'all don't like me. Black women, there may be black women now that don't like me because I'm going against the man. That's to be expected. That's a problem in our community. Male-centeredness, putting men above everything, not giving grace to black women, but giving all the grace to the men in our community. That's the reason why we have problems now, because black men are coddled and handled with kid gloves, and black women are left out and say, hey, whatever, the wolves can eat you up. Hey, that's what it is. I understand that. Now, and my thing is that this man said in a video that I have more subscribers on YouTube and I got ads, so I'm making money. So isn't that pocket watching? Like, that's just what I did. So why you being a hypocrite, Shannon? But like I said, I don't even think what you said is pocket watching. Nor do I even think it was a problem if you did pocket watch me. So I'm just going to let you live on that. But like I said what I said in the words of Nene Leakes. All right. I said what I said. Nobody has no super issue with you. I don't hate you, Shannon. I don't hate public offender. All I feel like is there's a problem with black women constantly and consistently centering men and then getting okie dokes and being disappointed about it. If we as black women would pour more into each other, we would be better off. I would love to see all of my black women content creators getting bread, making money, doing the lives filled with black women, us uplifting and supporting each other, loving on each other. I said that I would like for black women to build a network of strictly black women where we can uplift each other across the United States. If a black woman is in, I don't know, she's in Michigan and she has a problem with her husband or her boyfriend or her baby daddy, and he's talking about he's beating the brakes off her, that she can call somebody else in the network that may be in California that can help her get away. Or somebody can say, hey, sis, I got a job over here in California. I can help you get this job. I can help you get this place to stay. I know another woman that works at a car dealership, a used car dealership. We can get you a good deal, or we can get you one for free. All of these things. I want black women to put more into each other, uplift each other more, center each other more. That way we can build a sisterhood, a real sisterhood. I don't think that men have to be included in a sisterhood. I don't think that black women should be expecting married men to be their protectors and defenders. I don't think that should be happening. I don't think that. And that should actually is a benefit to you. I don't think that these women should put on you that you should protect and defend them and uplift them and do what you're supposed to do. I don't know why they think that you would, or you should, or you could. You don't know them at the end of the day. You don't. And this is what I said earlier. And I said this is that the reason why I even made this video What made me even make the video that I made is that when I just happened to be up, because I be up late at night, I happened to run across controversial Shannon's live. I happened to see it, right? I wasn't looking for him. I wasn't trying to make no video about him. I wasn't trying to dog him out. I wasn't trying to okie doke him. I wasn't trying to do nothing. I just happened to see the live, and I saw this black woman come up there and talk about how hurt that she felt that he had Moses up there when he had said so many harmful things about black women. And before she called you the B word, you were dismissing everything that she had to say. You clearly were checked out. You clearly didn't care. You know what I'm saying? And my thing was this, is that you didn't understand what none of the women were trying to tell you. And this is the issue, right? If you say that you're exposing black men that talk badly about other black women, you exposing them, you got all this smoke because you're for your mom, for your wife, for whoever, then the thing is, you should have been mad at Moses on the strength of that. You should have said, hey, I love black women so much. Black women are my sisters so bad that even though you didn't say nothing to me, even though you didn't come in my live and get bucking crazy, you've already got bucking crazy with black women. So I got smoke with you regardless. I got smoke with you, period, because you got bucked with black women, period. Oh, no, Negro, you say you don't got smoke with me? I got smoke with you, because how dare you? You been talking about my sisters. You been okie doking them. You been slandering their names. You been on all these platforms and panels calling them nappy-headed and single mothers and unlovable and masculine and all these things. So let me get at you, homie. If you really love black women, that's what you would have did. And that's what the lady was trying to tell you that she felt some type of way about. She was trying to tell you that you hurt her feelings because you did not protect all black women in the way that you have marketed yourself to care. That's it. Now, if that's not you and you're not that guy, cool, brother. That's all right. But for you to get an attitude with a woman because of that, because you dropped the ball, you don't want to say you want to get on this app and defend black women and all this other stuff. So that's my thing. That's the problem. And that's why I made the video, because the way you dismissed that black woman, it blew me. It blew me. I was like, wow, like you really dismissed this lady. And you really act like you didn't understand why she called you the B word. Now, I'm not saying it's right for her to call you the B word. I don't do that. I try my best not to cuss in my real life, and I try my best not to cuss online either. But I did understand where she was coming from. And there was several women that tried to break it down and tell you, and you did not understand, and you did not want to understand. So if you want to get up here and talk all this rah, 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 when you had a chance to do rah, 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 with a man that be doing rah, 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 like Moses, you didn't. And that's the problem, period. And it's really just that simple. And you're not going to demonize me for saying something about it. You ain't going to demonize me for saying something about you. You're not going to demonize me for saying something about public offender either. Because y'all get up here and y'all run y'all mouth and y'all talk about people and this, that, and the third every day. But when it's you, it's something. Now all of a sudden, I'm jealous. Now all of a sudden, it's pocket watching. Now all of a sudden, it's hateration. Like, stop the games. Are you a hater? Because you do this every day. Don't be mad at me for following your lead, King. I'm following your lead, King. You get me? So, and it is what it is. And I'm not even mad at you that you made the video. I want you to know, it's all respect. I'm not tripping that you made a video about me at all, because I made a video about you. You have a right to respond to me. You have a right to get at me. You have a right to say what you want to say. But all I did is I'm responding to you simply because you misrepresented what I said. Now, if you say, hey, I don't like her, you know what I'm saying, her content sucks, I would have been like, cool. I wouldn't even made a response to this. I wouldn't even said nothing. I would have just let it alone and say, hey, you responded back to me? Cool. You know, I don't have a problem with it. But don't say things about me that's not true. Don't say that I don't care about black women when I literally live, breathe black women every single day. Not to mention that when I look in the mirror every day, I see my face, that I am an unambiguously black woman with 2 daughters that are unambiguously black girls. So stop the games. Don't play with me. Like, don't. So it's just like, like I said what I said for real, and it is what it is. But I just wanted to clarify this stuff. If anybody missed anything, I will be uploading this to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that everybody understood what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, everybody understands I'm not tripping. I'm not mad. I'm not upset with this man. He had a right to say what he had to say. He did. I said something, and I can take it how I give it. No problem. But don't say things about me that aren't true. Really. I made a Discord, even though not that many people be in there. I made a free Discord for women to talk, for women to do. I hope that eventually I can get this network of Black women that we can work with each other. I'm trying my best to actually do things for Black women. If you don't see it, I'm sorry. But this ain't clout, because like I said, if it was for clout, I'd do a couple channel with my husband. We goofy. We are super goofy. We could do that. If it was for the clout, I would make a way different type of content. You know what I'm saying? Way different type of content. Pick me content will get me way more clicks and clouts and views than this. So stop it. Stop it. Let me see. What y'all talking about in the comments? Because I'm sorry, I didn't see what y'all was saying. Nobody was saying in the comments at all.
Who I gotta fight?
Right now, I'm just adding up people that I actually really talk to.
Who messing with
Go
you?
ahead, Sage.
Who I got to fight? Who's messing with you? Who I gotta fight?
Girl, nobody. It's not that big a deal. It was
Okay.
just a response for that controversial Shannon made about me, and I was just making sure that I hit all the points to address what he said. That's all. It's really not a big deal. Honestly, it's really not a big deal. It's not.
Okay. I haven't watched his full video response yet. I just found out about it from watching the live. Well, from watching your live right now, but no, I'm on your side. I'm I'm 100% on your side. So I'm like, if anybody got a problem with Trigger, you got a problem with me too.
Well, thank you, Sage. I really appreciate it. I do. I just like I said, it's just this is kind of weird for me because I really don't care what men think. Like truthfully, I really don't care. So it's like me going back and forth with a man is like I used to do that back on my old page. I used to like roast dudes and go back and forth with them and all of that. I don't even be really making TikToks no more like that. I only use TikTok for going live. I don't even go back and forth with men because I care that little about their opinions and what they have to say and their
But
perspective.
you do understand that for a lot of these men on this app, you already understand that it's about money. So whatever you make sure you do not go on his platform to talk to him, because when they post video, when they do stuff like that, when these men do stuff like that, it's going to help fuel everything for him to make money, and the controversy only fuels his platform even more for them to make money, and that's not what you want. You don't want him.
I understand what you mean. I mean, for everybody that's in here, it's more people than usually be in here. Like I said, because
Who is calling you a pick me?
my
Who's a pick
TikTok is
me?
not popping like you guys say.
Danielle, who's a pick me? Danielle, LJ, do you want to come on this panel? Who's a pick me? Who is she calling a pick me?
I'm not quite for sure. I'm not quite for sure.
I'm trying to figure out who she's called a pick me.
I mean, it's a lot of people in here that are not.
Danielle, how am I a pick? Who are you called a pick? Oh, you called me a pick me. How am I a pick me? And who are you? You don't know my resume. Check my page. I've been here for years. Okay, so why are you here? I've been here for years. I have been here for years. Sage Green, people that know me in this space know Sage Green is the furthest thing from a pick me. You talking to the wrong person. I don't even know who you are. Why don't you go on my page, look at my content, and then you got your stuff that you're also a believer. Guess what? I believe in God and I believe in Jesus too. I've never seen you before in this space. You don't know me. I'm the wrong person to be calling to pick me. I'm the furthest thing from that. Go check my resume, go check my content, go ask anybody.
Oh, I
But
see
here you sit up here, you got on your profile that you're a believer, and you sit up here being messy in the comments. Girl, you about to get muted. Better yet, Danielle, I'm gonna mute you.
I will just block
You gonna sit in time. You gonna sit in time out for 5 minutes. I just did it for 5 minutes.
We got people that are asking for the Discord, you guys. It's so funny that the reason why probably it's not more people in the Discord is because I really was trying to make sure that there was like no fake profiles and stuff like that there was strictly Black women only. So I was like making people send me their Facebook links and let me see their picture and let me send me a selfie and hold up your finger and stuff like that. Like I was doing a lot of stuff to try to make sure that the Discord was only for Black women only. and it was free 99 for the free ski, nobody paying to do anything like that. I really was trying to make sure that it was just for us. So I don't necessarily give the link out, but you could DM me if you want the link. That way not everybody joins or whatever. Yeah, so I just want y'all to know. But yeah, it's more people in here that usually be in here. And since y'all are here, let me take the initiative to say that I love black women, am all about black women. As long as you're not a black woman that is, making pick me red pill rhetoric that's harmful, that causes violence to black women, then it's up till it's stuck. We are sisters, and I try to make a space to center y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I talk about, and that's all I care about. You'll never hear me. Yeah, that's all I can say. I'm unapologetically supportive of black women because very,
And you
very,
see what
very
happens
rarely.
when
Just one second. I just want to say real quick. I'm gonna let Sage speak. Very rarely do we have any spaces that center black women specifically and only black women. So many people are afraid to say this is only for black women. We only care about black women. We only love black women here. We only
you
support black
realize
women
that
here.
Shannon is here, right?
Yeah, I realized I didn't let him up on purpose because when he made his live, he ain't sent me. I didn't see no live request or no shared alive like
Who's
in my
here?
in my
Who's
filter
here?
messages.
Shannon is here.
So it's like
Oh,
you didn't you just said what you said. You didn't send me a request. You know what I'm saying? At first I was like gonna add him up and everything, but then when I thought about it, I was like, he ain't send me no live and say, hey, come on up here. So why would I do that? Why would I do that? Like, no. I'm not gonna do it. You didn't give me that grace, and besides, I don't give grace to men. And anybody watch my videos, y'all are already off the rip. I tell women, don't give grace to men at all, none of them. Period. And that's how I move. I don't give grace to men. Period. Because at the end of the day, if they had an opportunity where they needed to give grace to you, they never would. That's the reason why when men tell women, oh, accept my side babies, accept cheating, accept all of this stuff, and the minute you do that, he gone. He gone. He gone. Quick, before you can even think, that man then dipped out. Because men don't play like that. They don't give you grace. So why should you? So I don't. So I'd be a hypocrite if I even did it. Yeah. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But T, did you have something to say?
yeah. I'm really surprised he went after you. So, what it was the video where he was trying to? Well, I'm assuming the title is basically stating the obvious that he accused you of being a pocket watcher.
Yeah, and jealous. Which is like I already addressed all that earlier, but he said I
No,
was
I
jealous.
just found like that to be funny because it's like, wait a minute. I thought she was in representing for black women, which I knew was a bunch of bullshit when I came up on just so happened with that first time I went on his live when he went on a whole tangent and started calling black women bitches, calling the women bitches. Like he just went on a whole crash out calling them bitches. And mind you, this is a married man getting
T,
mad at black women.
T. I
Yeah.
used your video in the video that I made. He did
Oh,
address
great.
that. He said I did address that. Well, he addressed that. He
No,
said that
he
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 was talking about
gaslighted.
one.
That's what he did. He
Yeah, he said he was talking
gaslighted.
about one woman. He doesn't normally do that.
He
And
said,
yeah.
bitches, look at these bitches. Look at these bitches. That's what he
That's,
said. I was there during the freaking crash out and I quickly screen recorded it. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. But I listened to his entire crash out. And to the point, other women had to come on a panel and coddle this motherfucker and make him feel like when we talking about all men, we're not talking about you. Why do we need to do that? Why do they need to do that?
They always do that though.
He
Like
had a
I've
whole
noticed
crash
that.
out on that live.
I've noticed that. I've noticed when these men do something and a black woman confronts them, for some reason, it's a whole bunch of black women that say that they're for black women that will come and console them. And it doesn't matter which side. It doesn't matter if it's the red pill side. It don't matter if it's over here. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Right. That's my thing.
Like, he's a grown man.
He's
Like,
mad, but he was mad that the women were saying that we digressing. What West 4B was, what all the women, what black women was going on West 4B or just being 4B, period. They saying that we digressing from black men. That's where he made his post. And you see, oh, black women say they digressing. He put the peace sign and had a whole crash out. My thing is, you're a fucking married man. What would you care if black women or women are saying that's not your wife, saying we digressing? What is it to you? And he wanted some recognition for pointing out colorism. It's like he wanted, like I said, he wanted not only just recognition, he wanted worship. See, look at these bitches here. See, look, see, where was y'all when I was talking about colorism?
I
When I
remember
do this
that.
and I do that.
I
When I did
remember.
this and I did that. You see? Like how you like you want a cookie for that, bro? How many black women before you that was talking about colorism? You ain't nothing special. And this is the problem that we have here. This is why you don't fuck with men when it comes to basically about women liberation, because they feel like when they put in work to help women, they expect a reward. Men operate on reward system, period. They would never sit up there and do something and say, oh, basically, I'm doing this off the bottom of my heart. You don't have to bang the cash app. You ain't got to give me no type of recognition, no type of appreciation. I'm doing this because of the bottom of my heart. No, that is not how men operate. And any woman that think that is a fool. I do not believe men will ever do anything when it comes to helping women's liberation without something in return. If they work on a transaction. When men are very transactional. And that was the part where I was looking, I went, oh, I'm good. I'm going to block him. And when he was confronted the next day about the live, when I mentioned that he was calling women bitches, I stood there in the hallways and listened just to see what he was going to do, see what he was going to say. And he totally gaslighted the women that was there. And I'm like, I got the video on my page. All y'all gotta do is go see it. I got the video. You don't gotta take my word for it that he's calling women bitches. Go on my page and you'll see it. You'll see the whole crash out. He totally sat there and lied and told me, oh, I did use that, but it was because of blah 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 blah. But I'm moving in the spirit of love and talking about God and went to the Bible and all that other nonsense. Sound like a whole PDO or something. Like, I'm sorry, that was giving me like I don't know, men who go to the Bible. I don't know. I don't like men who go to the Bible, honestly speaking. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, he's definitely misogynistic. He's definitely the dusties we be talking about, and he revealed it. And the problem is that I have, and this is just my humble opinion, is that we always talk about using critical thinking, about using discernment, and how many times we preach about when a man show his true colors one time, cut him loose. And guess what? Those women didn't. And that's why, Trigger, when I talked to you, I said, I don't believe black women have good discernment, because when it is shown, when men show their true colors, what do? They skip right over it. They turn a blind eye. They act like they don't see it. This is showing why black women, this really shows when people say that black women choose better. We're seeing how black women don't choose better, because if you see this dude then cursed out a whole room full of black women for simply saying that we digressing from black men, we just gonna go our separate ways, and he throws a whole tantrum like a 2-year-old, and those women are still on his live.
I think there's somebody in the comments, Vic. You said honest question. As a black man that defends black women, am I not supposed to do that? I wish that some of y'all wouldn't come in these comments and ask disingenuous questions. Do what you want to do, sir. If you protect black women, protect them. Like, what do you think you're gonna do if you try to protect the black woman? She's gonna punch you in the ball sacks and say don't protect her. Like, be for real. Please stop that. Don't this isn't for that type of thing. I don't know what you expect to gain from asking a question like that, or you want me to say, oh, whatever, do it, don't do it, who cares? I know I don't. I know that that's just a crazy question to answer, like ask. Like, y'all gotta be for real. Like I said, I don't know what y'all think, but I really mean this when I say it, and I'm gonna say it one more time just in case y'all don't understand. My page is only for black women, strictly. They're the only people that I center. It's not a safe space for nobody but them. So anybody else that comes along is beware. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. And it's been that way for a long time. And like I said earlier, for people that didn't know, I made pro-black content back in the day, several years ago, where I centered black men and black women. And that actually, me trying to uplift black men and black women, it let me know that that's not where my energies needed to lie, because the men did not care at all about the things that I said about black women. They attacked me for it constantly, consistently. This happened so much. They first shut my first pro-black page down because I was talking about black femicide. Even though I had so many videos about, police brutality and incarceration and how hard it is for the black man to get a foothold in society, and they still didn't care. It wasn't enough. They didn't want to hear nothing about black women at all, and definitely nothing that could be taken as they were doing it to black women. So I'm done with that, period. And I don't preach hate. I don't come over here and say that every black man is bad or every man is bad. I hate, 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 hate. I don't do that. I just speak pragmatically about what women should do. And the fact that, like I said, that there are women that are willing to go against other women in the environment they were in for a man, a black man, a white man, a purple man, a green man, is ridiculous. It's really sad. It's really upsetting to me. And I don't care about what none of these men say about me, because I don't care about men. I don't. So I don't care about none of what they say. But I will say that it is, once again, it is hurtful to me to see black women stand behind men that have already shown questionable behavior. At the very least, you could say, oh, that was an accident. Oh, he didn't mean to do what he said or what she showed. That's already questionable. So you would go against me, a black woman that ain't never did nothing wrong to no black woman? Now I can say, maybe y'all say, oh, she got into it with somebody that got on her nerves. They had a back and forth, even though that rarely happens as well. But I ain't never did nothing. But y'all willing to toss me in the garbage for a man that's already showed y'all questionable behavior? And that's what I mean. That's why I say that black women got a lot of work to do about this desire for a male savior, desire for a man to save you. Just like the women were telling Shannon, oh, you disappointed me. Oh, I expected you to protect me. Well, that was your first mistake. You should have never expected him to do nothing except protect his family, and make sure that he's straight in Gucci. That's it. That's the only thing that you should have expected of him. But like I said, I don't even get mad when black women call me names like they have over these past few days. Call me names, dog me out, bash me, say that my platform sucks, say that all of these things bad about me. I don't even mind it, because as I said in the earlier live, that black women are constantly punched down on. Black women are constantly neglected. Black women are constantly told that they're unworthy, that they're worthless. Everything that we do is a topic of discussion. You got all these races of women that go wear extensions, clip-ins, knot weaves. They wear wigs. They get their hair fried, dyed, and laid to the side. They even wear our styles with the baby hairs and the braids, and nobody says nothing. Nobody says nothing about them, their body count. Nobody says nothing about single motherhood. Nobody says nothing about nothing regarding all these other races of women. And because we are constantly on the chopping block, and we're the only race of women that do not have a protection in place from our men, you know what I'm saying? Where our men don't say outside people, hey, don't talk about them. Don't do this. Don't do that. Da, 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 da. We don't have that. Everybody knows that black women are unprotected. I believe that creates a need for black women for kind words, for affirmation, for validation. It makes black women need that. So they become desperate for that affirmation and that validation from a man. And that is the reason why anybody that's in here that's in support of these men that will overlook everything that is said, you are in need of validation, and you need to hear these words come from a man's mouth, because you need that from a man. And you know what? Until you unpack the desire to need validation from a man, you will constantly be taken advantage of and be okie doked. You will. Until the words of your sister mean more than a man's words, you won't get anywhere. You won't. And you can be mad at me for saying that if you want to, but it is the absolute truth. But that is the reason why I don't get mad, because I know where it's coming from. I know how people talk about black women. I know how they talk about us. I know how they talk about me. I know it. I see it. But we still looking for it in a man is insane. And then looking for it in a man that's not even yours, These men that y'all talk about are married. They somebody else's man. Y'all looking for validation and protection in them is literally nuts. It's literally insanity. Like I wish I would ever fix my lips to tell a man that I don't know and I only seen on social media that I'm disappointed in him because he ain't do something I thought he was gonna do. What? What? That's crazy.
And
What you need to do,
furthermore,
just one second. What you need to do is accept that men are gonna do what they want to do, and you cannot expect them to do anything other than be themselves. You can't expect them to protect you or defend you or do anything. You have to look for that in yourself. Look for that in your sisters that have a shared experience with you. You know what I'm saying? You expecting these men is just like, you don't even know who these men are. You don't even know who they are in their personal life. You don't know them. Like, oh, I know that he wouldn't do that. I know he wouldn't. How do you know? Because you saw him on TikTok? Like, what? He don't have, man. Go ahead, T. Was that you, T? Go ahead.
I was gonna say this just real quick. Then I was gonna say the fact that he even put on his title that you jealous is the red flag right there. For any of the women that didn't take him calling black women bitches as a red flag, you should take this title as a red flag. Why is he trying to manipulate the audience that instead of saying it's a misunderstanding, you know what? I would like to have a talk with Trigger so this way she can understand that we all on the same side. Instead of him doing that, what did he do? What narrative he threw out there? That you was jealous and pocket watching. You see right there alone, he was trying to get the women, the women audience to go against you by saying that you're jealous and pocket watching. Right there alone is the red flag right there. It's in your faces. And I don't get it. How can y'all be so woke and be so sleep at the same time? How can y'all be so smart and so, I don't want to say that, but you know what I was about to say, because it's just so obvious. It's like literally in your face, the manipulation, what he is doing. And that's all I'm going to say before I say some shit that I ain't supposed to say.
Oh. All right, let me go down here to Shine, and then let me see what's her name. Kamaya. I'll go to Shine first, and then Kamaya.
Hey, Triggered. This is my first time. I've been following you for a long time. I hope I don't sound too crazy. I'm dealing with a cold. But I just wanted to come up and kind of do a defense for, I don't want to say a good percentage of the people who still decide to go and watch controversial or pubs lives, my black women who decide to go back. I just wanted to, well, thank you. Yeah, something going on, but really just to defend them and for a good percentage, because I can't see going back to Shannon's live after calling black women bitches or even saying that you're jealous or any of this. I don't see him the same, and I didn't really watch his lives for a long time because he talked too much. You know, when you go to a live, I go to a live to learn and to hear other men crash out and what they're going to say and how they, you know, manipulate their thoughts to lie every second of every time they're talking. So that's why I go, and I like Pubs Lives for that. Now, will I go to Pubs Lives again? I'm not sure. This is leaves a really bad taste in your mouth. But not really for Pub, not really for what he has to say, not really for even what BB, you know, the other women on the page have to say when they rebuttal or anything like that. I just like the fact that he just let those dudes speak. And I'm in the background just writing it down. You know, wow, he thought this way. The path of the logic behind these men are just, it's like they're speaking another language. So, you know, I just wanted to defend them and say if they go back for that reason, I don't see any problems with that, but you know, supporting it and you know, sending gifts and you know,
Okay.
really putting money in his pocket.
Yeah,
I
Shine,
don't like that part.
you got a lot of background noise. Shine.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Shine, for your comments.
Can I say something? I just Trigger, before you could proceed, I just want to say that you also have to be aware, Trigger, that because I've been in this space for so long, I'm aware and I'm abreast to a lot of things, and I just don't say anything because when I've warned people in the past, nobody listens to me until it's too late. Um, but if you run across women that are still supporting these men, not everybody is on the same stage of development and realization when it comes to men and women who are male centered. And some women, you may need to give them a little bit more time to come around, uh, to for them to realize. Or sometimes people have to see things for themselves before they realize, wow, this person was problematic. Because that's what happened to me. I've had to warn people about certain people. Nobody listened, and then when the people came out to be problematic on more than one occasion, people are like, wow, Sage is right.
I can admit that I took that woman's. I said to that woman, I'm gonna give her a benefit of a doubt. Like I did not imagine I could turn my back on another black woman until she showed her true colors. When she started being a certain way, and I went, look like we owe Sage an apology. I could be the first to admit it out in the open. I'm one of those. I'm one of those women.
And the other thing I want to add is that in my personal opinion, I don't ever think that a man should be leading any sort of space in defense of women. I don't think they should be leading the space. I feel like it should be more so of them just directly trying to go and address the men, like going into the men's spaces and defending women, opposed to having these platforms where women are giving them money. But we also have to keep in mind that the monster is being fed and survived off of black women. Like a lot of, and yes, I don't like it. I don't like it because I know oftentimes when these men make these platforms, that most of the time black women as a collective are not going to benefit off of it. Because that one creator that we know is making a whole bunch of money. I'm not talking about Shannon. I'm talking about the other one. That he's making all that money, but his wife is not black, and none of that money is going to go back to the benefit of black women. Black women just wanted a black male mouthpiece to speak for them, and they didn't have any requirements except him being black and a male. And black women, we never have any requirements for these men. And this is why I'm not surprised a lot of us end up in the situations that we end up in. It's the same thing with Umar. It's the same thing with Isaac Hayes. These men say something good. They say black this, black that, but their lives are completely different. And I'm not talking about Shannon at the moment. But I'm talking about the other ones. But that's pretty much it. That's all I had to say in regards to that. But
Okay. All right, Sage. I appreciate you. All right, let me go down here to supervillain, and then I'll say something after supervillain. Go ahead, supervillain. If you have something to say, sis.
Sure. Hey. I'm going to start off with y'all tap up the live. Triggered has created a great space where we can have intelligent conversation, and it is free, and it's a great way to get your cardio on. Tap the live. I do want to say this. I think, first of all, this when I came in and saw this prompt, that's wild. I'm going to reiterate what T said. Major red flag when when a man is calling a woman jealous, and pocket watching. You are just informing the masses, especially the black women, what's going on. That is a huge. I'm having a thing where I'm recognizing huge triangulation going on, huge gaslighting going on, and I'm not appreciating it. Appreciating it, and I think we need to definitely call it out. My only thing, Trig, was out of anything, I was just more disappointed in black women, and I'm going to be honest, because, again, we knew certain spaces weren't black women empowerment spaces. Not that we couldn't visit those spaces, but the muling part triggered. The muling, the building up, the doing the research for talking points, the building up the discord. Why? In Mother Nature's green earth would you do all that work and not even see this man's wife doing this work? That's the part that I triggered that I will never understand. I understand visiting lives. I understand wanting to hear some drama when you're at work trying to make the time pass. It's the muling part. Again, I always say, and now that there's a big split, a big divide, what y'all gonna do next? Y'all looking for y'all next Jesus Tyrone the Christ? Or y'all gonna come over here and use a little bit, just a little, of that building that's over here to build Trigger's live. Because Trigger ain't saying nothing public ain't said. Trigger hasn't had a prompt that public hasn't had. And yet, we I'm not going to say we struggle over here, but we ain't looking like how the numbers look like over there. How come we can't get the same message from black women? Black women that we know is going to have our best interests and love us. Black women that have the kind of lifestyle we wish that we had. A lot of us, not me. You know, I don't want to be married, Trey. I'm just saying. But I mean, that's the part that really, you know, but Trick, for real, that's the part I really don't understand. Why do we? I think we could do a million think pieces, but I think we need to start at why do we need to hear it from the mouthpiece of a man? Because let's be for real, it's the women that did the work and got the information. It's him literally just saying the mouthpiece part. Why do we have to hear it from a dude? I think that's what we need to investigate. I think that's the main problem because quite as it's kept, all the information, that's black women's work. So we know we can appreciate what black women have to say, but for some reason when black women say it, that's the problem. So I think I'm gonna yield there.
All right. And I just wanted to say real quick, there have been so many black women that have DM me stuff about several black male creators over these years that I've made my platform. And I never say nothing, man. I never say anything. I never even speak on it because I don't want to be messy. I don't want to cause drama. I don't want to go back and forth with the men. And you know what? I felt like I thought to myself, are you being a hypocrite, Trigger? Because you don't have a problem addressing pick-me's, making videos about them, making videos about women that say stupid stuff, or, you know, if you see a viral clip talking about it, but you actually, real life, don't want to say nothing about these men with big platforms. And I had to sit there before I made the video because I had told my husband, like, I don't know if I'm gonna make the video, man, because I don't know if I really want all of this drama and stuff. And I had to think the reason why I was like, I was hedging on actually posting the video or making the video is because I know that black women, not all, of course, but there is it's a big population. I say at least a 50-50 split. 50% of black women that will go so hard on me, dog me out in defense of these men. And I was like, that was what I was afraid of. It wasn't that I was afraid of the men at all and what they have to say, because as I said before, I don't care about what men got to say. I don't care about their thoughts, opinions, nothing. I treat them the same way I treat YT people. I don't care. I don't want to hear your thoughts, your perspective, what you got to say. I don't care. So I didn't care about that, but I knew that there was women that was going to go in, and that's exactly what happened. But it's crazy to me because there are so many black men that have come and gone on this platform that have been suspicious or they've been exposed for being on some BS. And I said to myself, yeah, the time is ticking on that one. Something definitely about to be wrong with that one. And there's so many black women that DM me and said, oh, you know what? I just wanted you to bring this to your attention. This man is doing this. This man is doing that. This man is doing this. And he's done this to me and that to me behind the scenes. And I still never said anything because I wasn't trying to be messy. But like I said, when I saw the live that dude had 2 days ago, that's what blew me, bro. And I was like, you know what? No more fear, bro. If the black women are going to come at me and dog me out, then they just going to do it. But somebody has to be brave enough to stand up and say, hey, these dudes that y'all putting on the pedestal, they not legit, bro. And, you know, you can either take the information and be like, oh, you know what? Let me critically think about this. She may be right. Or you can say, forget me. You can say, I'm trash. You can say, I'm this, that, and the third. Fine. That's cool. But when everything hits the fan, eventually, because the truth always comes out, what's done in the dark comes to light, everything comes out in the wash. When it do, all I ask you to do is come on my page and give me an apology. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just like when, what's that lady's name? The Real Jane. She was going around holding up signs, you know, outside. We need men. Let's protect our men. Looking like a complete goofball. Only for her to come on live and be like, oh, I'm not doing that anymore because men don't care about me. I've realized that men don't love me. I've realized all of this, that, and the third. That lady cussed me out, went off on me, told me that she could take my man, that she was just that cold or whatever. And I was like, I still wasn't even mad at her. I remember I went on her panel like, okay, now that she know the truth about these men, and she at least gonna apologize? She didn't even apologize, man. She just blocked me. And I was like, wow, it's like that. You can't even apologize so that we can come back together as sisters. That really made me mad too. It did, but I'm just saying, for all of y'all to think that what I'm saying or what T's saying or what Sage is saying or what Supervillain says is BS, you have a right to that. You have a right to how you feel. Okay? And that's not a problem. But all I'm saying is that when you realize that what we said is true, which will be proven to be true, just come back and holler and come back and say sorry. And then you can come right back over here in the sisterhood and we can all have a good key about it. Because I don't hold no grudges against black women. I don't. Now, anybody else, maybe. But I don't hold no grudges. That's all I'm saying. Just remember what I said. Just remember what I said. And like I said, it's just, you got to think about it, legitimately. Would these men be going to bat and war for you? Would they? If somebody says something about you specifically, whoever is listening to this, about you as a black woman, do you think that that man or those men would be going as hard as you are? Do you think that they would be in all these men's panels that disagree, saying, hey, don't talk about such and such like that. Don't talk about user 2789 like that. How dare you talk about that black woman? Ha, 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 ha. They would not. They never would. And you know it too. So ask yourself why you are putting on your cape and you're putting on the cloak of mammyhood to do that for them. And once again, that behavior that black women exhibit of extreme protection, of defending black men, no matter what, even though it's not reciprocated, that's the reason why black women will always be devalued and taken for granted. Because these men know that no matter what they do, no matter whatever they get caught saying or doing, or if they harm another black woman, they know that you are going to have their back, no matter what. So think about that and unpack that, because that's wild. But these men know who to play with. They know that you're going to go back and you'll be like, oh, y'all can't believe she talked about you like that. I'm unfollowing her. No. You know what? You my king. You uplift us. You protect us, sir. They know you're going to do that. And that's why they feel like they can do whatever they want to without consequence. And that's really upsetting to me, because y'all can stand on business when it comes to me. Y'all can stand on business when it comes to Supervillain. Y'all can stand on business when it comes to T. Y'all can stand on business when it comes to Sage. Y'all can really get active, but y'all never get active with these dudes. And that's pathetic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's mind blowing to me that that's really what happens. And like I said, it's really hurtful. It's been so many days that I just wanted to say, you know what? I'm going to quit this. But I have really come across so many beautiful, intelligent black women that are truly want to be part of a sisterhood that I couldn't. But for y'all that don't do that, I give y'all grace, because first of all, black women don't get grace often, and I extend it. But I also do because I feel like y'all don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? But you will. But let me keep going to to Z and then Okoro. I don't know either of y'all, so and I don't know if y'all are men or women. So just please tread carefully, because the block button is only a finger press away. No disrespect. Go
No,
ahead, Z.
it's completely fine. I am black, over the age of 21, and she had just, I don't know, just for TikTok purposes. I did want to say though, I think I find it very weird that a black woman, is being attacked, but then he came up on my FIU page, and I've seen him for a while now. And I think men like that are very performative, and I think they're very coddled, right? They are, because they're stating the obvious. It's funny, you need a man, especially in the black community, you need a black man to tell you that men are misogynistic, men are X, Y, and Z. But then one black woman are telling you that, you're just completely ignoring it, and it's going in one ear, coming out the other. I mean, there was people literally calling you a pick me because you decided to do this live. Like, it was just pathetic. And then on top of that, this man is literally doing a live about you right now. Instead of just taking it and saying, do you know what? Maybe the critique is right. Let me self-reflect, because I am trying to amplify Black women's voices. But you decided to do a live.
Yeah, he just tried to come in here. But I didn't let him come up because I felt like when he did his live about me, he didn't send me a live request or say, hey, I'm going live. You want to come and you want to talk about it or whatever. So my thing is, he said all he said and he didn't want me present. So why would I let him and give him the grace that he didn't give me and extend it to him and say, oh yeah, you can come up here and say your piece? Like, no, I don't believe in doing that.
No,
So
because he would have
he
just
wasn't.
gaslighted you. He would have just gaslighted you and made you feel silly and blamed you. for having valid concerns. Like, it's weird because how are you amplifying women's voices? I mean, more specifically, Black women's voices, right? And you center yourself in these conversations. And the moment you get triggered, or the moment that somebody throws critique your way, you're automatically showing your true colors. That is not somebody that's trying to amplify women's voices. You just want to do this for attention and to have a bunch of followers. That's why you're doing it. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but he also streams it on YouTube. Like, he not only is he on TikTok Live, but he's also streaming it on YouTube. And you have all of these like people on your accounts and stuff. I don't know. I think that's very weird.
That's
And I'm
fact.
starting to see more men that are being that are all of a sudden feminist, and they're very performative, and they're doing these spaces. And you're like, and the minute they're triggered, they resort to misogyny automatically.
All right, Z. All right, I appreciate you. All right, let me go over here to Okoro, and then Shine wanted to say something. Go ahead, Okoro.
Yeah, I'm 20 years old. Yeah, my take on dudes like this, I mean, it's not really a surprise. He didn't really have that same energy for Moses or Andre, like he called out, but he don't cuss them out, which is really hypocritical. And I called him out in a couple of videos, and there was black women that were attacking me just because of that. And I told him he's just another Dr. Umar Johnson. I mean, I told this dude, why don't you make institutions for black women? And this dude said, well, I don't got enough money yet. And I was like, if you care that much, why are you making lives? And I told him, you're monetized. And I showed everybody this man is monetized. And they still didn't get it. I mean, that's my whole thing. And then he always reverts to making excuses, gaslighting, like he does normally. And then, he made that title about expose. I mean, this dude said that, well, I don't want to get caught cussing out Moses because I don't want to be, called this. But then he cussed out that lady. And I told him, how come you can cuss that lady out, but you can't call
All right.
out, Moses?
All right. Okay. All right, Okoro. Let me go down here to Shine. Go ahead, Shine.
Yeah, he got me stumped a little bit. But
Why? What's
what
up?
I
What's up,
really
Shine?
wanted to circle back to um was just grace for black women who decide to go back and listen to him. That's all I'm gonna support and fight for is just more grace for black women. Some of them are at different stages. Some are just going to those lives for educational purposes. And I think it is good educational purposes to go over there, even for you, Trigger, to even analyze the guys and how they interact with the guests that they have up. And that's good content. I can't justify supporting them. Like at the end of the day, I don't even want to go and watch it because I'm thinking that's views. When I watch your stuff, Triggered, I like to watch all the ads and you know watch it all the way through. And even though I don't have much to say, I do put my 00 in the comments on my 22 for the doo doo. But you know, I can't see just going back over there. It's I don't know. I want to say I want my black women to go and feel free to watch whatever they want to watch, and support whoever they want to support. But for them it's hard because you are disrespecting yourself going back into those spaces, especially what you know now. I'm gonna drop after that, but I love you, Trigger, and I'm gonna keep watching and supporting.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I would like you guys. I wasn't planning on this to be like a long live, to be honest with y'all. I dressed the video and I felt like it would be easier for me to do it like in a live form or whatever. And I just want y'all to know, for anybody that's here, whatever he say today, I'm not going to respond to it. I'm really not, unless like he says something like, I don't know, that like I got people in my basement held hostage or something, like a super duper huge lie. Other than that, I'm not about to say nothing else in response to this man. I'm not, because like I said, he think about me. I don't care how he feel about me. I said what I said. The fact that a man that calls himself checking men all day is gonna be upset at a woman for doing the same to this degree is wild to me. Like, you don't mind getting up on here, like, you making videos like, black men, we so stupid, we don't do, like, okay, like, so you mad at me because what? Because I said, like, you grift, like, and you don't, you talk a good game, but you was dismissive of them women's feelings that were trying to tell you how they felt. But once again, first mistake, them trying to tell him how they felt. They shouldn't care if he knows how they feel or not. He's irrelevant. At least he should be, But yeah, like I said, I'm not about to talk about this man no more. I'm not about to talk about none of these dudes no time soon, because all of this TikTok drama and people posting, my videos and going back and forth, like, that's not really my thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really like to do that. I like to make my little videos and keep it pushing. So, I just want y'all to know that this is not a channel for mess. It's not. But let me go up here to T and Supervillain. If y'all had anything to say, y'all can.
As you already know, Trigger, I'm a ride with you at the end of the day. So it's disappointing, but at the same time, I'm not surprised because, like I said, that video been up maybe a year and some change, maybe even more. I would say a year plus on my page, and no one. It didn't. I thought by revealing the wolf in sheep clothing would help my fellow sisters not to be so naive and not to get basically fall into the okey doke. It didn't do anything. So I just was like, I bet, like, can't say it's not on my page. Can't say I didn't tell y'all. Can't say I wasn't trying to look after y'all. I wasn't trying to have y'all back to let y'all know what kind of character y'all dealing with. And, it didn't do anything, like I said. So it's kind of like, okay, that's cool. I'm not saying like I have a problem with them. I have a problem with those ladies, but at the same time, the way I feel is that it shows just how naive we are in the desperation for, like you said, the words of affirmation from a man. And furthermore, one of the things I wanted to say is men ain't got no business being the face of feminism. Men ain't got no business being the face of women's liberation. They don't. They ain't got no business being the face. Now, that being said, that don't mean they cannot contribute to their part, to their point. That's fine. They can contribute. But be the face of feminism is an absolute no-no. It's an absolute no-no. This is why I do not accept any type of male authority. The whole point of feminist movement is to reject the idea of male authority. But yet, if a man just talk nice, you bring him into the fold, and not only he's the mouthpiece of it, y'all all put him on a pedestal. And that's why when I be making my lives about, like, G men and straight men and the men in the dresses, it's not just men who talk nice. It seemed like all these men got to do is just say that they G, you're welcome into the fold. If he throws on a dress, you definitely welcome him into the fold. Y'all all do that. Y'all all got this reputation of doing that with these men all the time, and you'll wonder why no one takes us seriously. You have to you gotta have to be stern. You have to stand 10 toes down on what you believe in. If you don't want to have a male to be authoritative figure for you, then you can't put him in the forefront as the face. It is what it is. And I said it just like that. So, and giving them money and platforming them like that is one thing. To go on their page and see them handing it to other men, that's one thing. But it's no reason why women like Trigger, it's no reason why women like Jazzy, no reason like women like Goldie, there's no reason like women like Storyteller, they're not at a position where they should be over those men when they are doing this solo dolo. They don't have a team behind them feeding them information. They're doing this by themselves. But yet these men have a team of black women, like Supervillain pointed out, helping them. That's the part that is not even equivalent right there. So with that being said, only thing I could say is that they're gonna find out when they find out, and when they find out, it's probably probably is going to be too late. Now, I'm not saying like I'm some all-knowing wizard that can predict the future, but it's one thing I do know is that I know men. And men are definitely not to be trusted in an environment filled with women, because this is where those type of men are sexual deviants. They want your money and they want to control you. And they want to use you as a mule to be their soldier, which meaning they want you to attack other black women. And they want to dominate you. That is something that you cannot, that men cannot get out of their system. Unfortunately, it is what it is. So with that being said, Trigger, thank you for hosting your live. You already know, you listen, you did your part. No one can say you didn't do your part and try to look after black women when you did. So, and like you said, you know, that's pretty much like, if y'all can see my face expression, it's just like, girl. Yeah, too bad I can't see my face expression, because I'm just looking like I really do got like a dumb look on my face, like come on, ladies. You never ever make a man the face of feminism. Never. But
I definitely agree.
that's all I'm gonna say for now. Thank you, Trigger.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Is this super villain?
Thank you, Trig. I just want to end by giving you your flowers because you don't get them enough. I want to tell black women that I love them. Please feel loved. We don't have to agree all the time, but one thing we definitely need to stay on code is that we don't go against each other for the opposite. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm gonna leave it up to you, Trig, because y'all T just took it away, and I know you about to blow it away. So let me humbly yield to the better woman. Y'all have a good day.
All right, no problem. I appreciate you, T. Yeah, my back. Y'all really try to uplift me, and I really, really do appreciate it. It means a lot. I also appreciate Sage as well for doing the same. I think the three of y'all really tried to really pour into me, and I really, really do appreciate it a lot. To me, it makes me feel like, even if the other, they're the black women that are on these men's side, they get mad and they bash me. The love that y'all show, it outweighs that, is what I'm trying to say. And TikTok ain't popping. I ain't nobody, and I'm jealous. But hopefully y'all understand me when I say this. Black women, y'all are beautiful, amazing, special, intelligent, valuable, resilient, dynamic, empowering, the blue freaking print. That's why everybody want to be in our spaces. That's why everybody want to copy off our paper. Now I look at like these little reality shows. I see like the little white tea Hispanics and the white girls wearing baby hairs now, slick back ponies, doing all the things that we do, because we are the bomb, like for real. And we are very, 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 very powerful. But the only way to control the power that we exude as black women is to punch down on us so much and to make us feel so powerless that we feel like we don't have no power. And also another part of it is to make us feel like our own voices are not enough, that we need a man to speak for us, that we need a man to do what we can't do. When we can do it all. We can do it all. We don't need a man to tell us nothing. We don't need a man to step up and protect us and defend us. As long as they got those blicks for sale, if y'all get what I'm saying, you don't need no man for protection. You don't. And you definitely, as cold as the mouthpieces that I hear from so many different black women, we definitely don't need no black man or no other man to speak for us. We got that on lock too. So just know as you listen to this that you are enough. Even if you don't like me, even if you went to listen to this live to be messy and report back to your leader, understand that even you, sis, you are amazing, and you don't need nobody else to validate that. You don't need that man to validate that. You don't. You can validate you. Have your sisters validate you. You know what I'm saying? And the best love is self-love. And that's really all I got to say. And I hope y'all have a great week. I really do. I hope y'all have a great weekend, well, the rest of it that's left. And I hope y'all have a great week, a productive week. I'm sending y'all nothing but love, light, and positivity. I hope that y'all get everything that y'all want out of life, even the things deep, 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 deep down inside that you might tell somebody that you want because you're afraid they might make fun of you, or you're afraid that you won't get it and you can't achieve it. Know that you can achieve it and you will get it. You will. And I just want y'all to know that, all right? So anyway, I'll see y'all later at another date. But I'm done. This topic is dead. I don't care what that man over there talking about me, because he don't know me. So anything that he's saying is either lies or a figment of his imagination. So it's done here, man. Okay? Because like I said, I can't be talking about a demographic I don't care about, which is men. I can't make myself do it. I can't make myself keep doing it. I can't. All right, y'all. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all later. All right. Bye.